working on active hip mobility while we're working on a little glute action here with a ipsilateral pattern. So for Frank, getting really tight in his hip flexors, which Frank is not necessarily a runner, even though, did you do a Tough Mudder? Yeah, not too long ago. But runners tend to get really bound up through the hip flexors, which can then limit the ability to use the glute through hip extension. So what Frank's doing is he's driving into the wall here, and over the course of about a minute, he's gradually increasing the pressure. He's pushing air back here, and I'm holding his ribs down here because Frank's gonna show us a bad position if he kind of lets this buck. Now that's back extension versus hip extension. So we're giving Frank the cue of ribs down, and he's breathing low. Last point here is if I was trying to roll Frank into the wall, he's pushing down into the floor a little bit. So he's driving some core action down into the floor. This is a really good way to work on active hip extension or hip mobility without going into a huge stretch. So don't think you have to necessarily lay into these huge stretches to get good hip extension. All right, thanks guys.